What's happening? Of course, you know it's your boy B-High Radio Shout. And as always, I got my podcast partner off in this thing. OG Gangsta Wicked, a.k.a. Big Galaxy of Ghetto Mafia.
I'm in the building, big guy.
I mean, what you cheesing for first thing?
Because I you know what I'm saying, I got a joke for you.
Okay. We need one in America right now.
Yeah, you know, the people, they're demanding a joke. Pretty much every show now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't give y'all one every show.
Okay.
But I got one for you today.
What's this one?
Okay. Let me sit up.
I'm already mad as hell.
Let me sit up. Okay, be high.
What's going on with?
What do you call a vegetable that loves to fight?
What do you call that?
Broccoli. What? I am Brock.
You know what? This needs to be the last show.
You got to do it with
Brock. See, now that joke just took too much. It took too much. You didn't have to turn into Bruce Lee. You know what? We needed that laugh in America right now because the State of the Union that we got going on in this country is off the doggone chain.
Yeah.
Okay. In trending news and topics right now, you know, everybody's in an uproar over the hanging that occurred at Delta State University. They're saying the 21-year-old Trey Reed from Grenada, he was the person that they found hanging. The staff discovered the body on Monday morning, and they saying that there's no evidence of foul play, but the MBI is assisting with the investigation to get down to the bottom of things. But as we know right now, he was just found hanging from a tree on the college campus, and a lot of people are just confused, wondering what is really going on here. Mm-hmm. When you heard about that, what were your thoughts, Wick?
My first thoughts when I heard that, when I heard this, was as black people, because I can't speak because I think I'm black. Mm-hmm. If we do commit suicide, mm-hmm. we're not hanging ourselves.
Oof.
That's what the first thing that came to my mind when you said hanging from a tree in public, suicide. They don't go together in the black community. Just knowing the history and the connotation of hanging tree, public, no black people are doing that. Second thing that jumped out to me was, behind we sitting here right now, downtown Atlanta. It's a beautiful day outside, mm-hmm. and I can pretty much see every rooftop out here.
Yeah.
Right now. If I, even if I was looking at you, but out the corner of my eye, I can see movement.
Yeah.
And if I saw a person, white, black, brown, yellow, anything, walking on one of these buildings, climbing up these steps and jump off this building, mm-hmm. I'm gonna come forward and say, well, if people say, well, he was pushed, I said, no, I saw, me and B-High was sitting here doing the show, and I saw the guy just jump off the building. He climbed up there. There was nobody else with him. I say that to say, in a college setting, there was no one that said, hey man, no, he did commit suicide. I saw him climb up the tree. I saw him tie the rope up. I saw him put it around there and jump. There was not one eyeball. More than that, if there was not one eyeball, but there was not one camera. Excuse me, I'm pretty sure that most colleges have cameras on the college just to keep from being sued for something. What if I fail and blamed it on the college? What if there was a mass shooter that came on? What if there are people on the campus that wasn't supposed to be there? These are things that college campuses are going to want to go back and give to investigators if something else were to happen, not this situation. Hey, let's roll back the cameras and see who was the person that left the bag? Who was the person that, did this or had that, anything. So no camera footage for right now. No eyeballs that could come out and 100% and say, hey man, I saw the man climb up the tree. I saw him too. You saw him? Yeah, we all saw him. Yeah, he climbed up the tree. We didn't know what he was doing. Mm-hmm. He had a rope with him and he jumped off. And None of that. So this mess about some kind of way a young black man was hanging from a tree and he did it to himself. You would have to show me that on camera for me to believe that. I would have to see that, and then I still would probably think that it was altered. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Another thing, big guy, is how quickly the investigation, was ruled a homicide.
Suicide.
I mean, ruled a suicide. Another thing to me, big guy, was how quickly the whole incident was ruled a suicide. I mean, like a day later, it was a suicide. Almost just to keep stuff down. I don't think you can have a thorough investigation and call something a suicide with no cameras, with no eyewitnesses saying this, and just jump to have a press conference and say this was an apparent suicide. There are rumors out here that there were broken bones. There are rumors out here that the mother said that he was in great spirits. He was happy to be at college. I haven't confirmed that. You and I looked for that particular part of the story. We couldn't confirm it or deny it. But as I sit here today, black men do not, get up in a tree with a rope and jump off a tree and hang themselves. If you would have told me that, that he was found dead in the trap house with a bullet wound to his head, this is something I can maybe, I can believe that, but a public lynching or hanging, you will have to show me that. I can't believe that.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel exactly where you're coming from. I think, especially if somebody is thinking of committing suicide, I don't see them doing it for everybody to see.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? I would think that would be a private moment
if
they are, feeling that depressed and ready to go. I definitely feel like, at this point in time and in this day and age, man, I mean, how can we be sitting right up here saying that we ain't got no camera footage of what's going on, and they're saying that it was near, some fields or some recreational spaces.
Yeah, picket ball fits.
On the campus. So it's like,
correct.
Now we could see the guy that shot, Charlie Kirk on top of a building and walking down the street and everything else from all of the surveillance that's going on. Then we still should have that same kind of surveillance going on in Delta.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm waiting to see exactly how that plays out, because I mean, at the end of the day, that family deserves justice and to know the truth about what happened to their family member. Ain't nobody sending nobody off to college to see that happen, and then now they sitting over there bewildered trying to figure out what's going on with their son.
Correct.
So hopefully they get justice and just clarity in that situation to find out exactly what's going on. But then when you think about just the state of America that we're in right now, from the Charlie Kirk shooting to, somebody being found hanging in a tree. And then, they're talking about in the national park, they're taking down the pictures of the slaves that have been whipped and stuff like that. How do you feel about just the state of the union in America right now with all of this stuff going on, man?
Right now, I feel like, Beehive, that this is what it's always been. Social media, and as you say, surveillance cameras and these types of things are just are exposing it, and it's bringing it to the forefront where your eyes can actually see it. You knew it was already going on. Let me tell you, I think that we right now need a candidate to emerge that's truly for the people. It feels like to me we're in a tug of war between Crips and Bloods and Suits.
Ooh.
That's what it feels like.
Go a little deeper with that, Wick. So you say you feel like you in a tug of war between Crips and Bloods
and Suits. Yes.
Go there.
And I say that to say that that trying to if you say something about this side right here, then the Bloods, the Crips want to come get you. If you say something on this side, then the Bloods want to come get you.
And
I think folks. And killing folks. And I think that that we are the pawns in the middle of all of it. Good folks like us that we just want to provide for our families, live in peace. So we don't care about this. We just want to be able to handle us without all the politics and the finger pointing and blah blah blah. And every day is trying to make you choose a side. It's almost like when we were growing up and you go to school and the Crips on this corner, the Bloods on this corner, and hey, you need to come over here because we protect the families over here. Hey, you need to come over here. Them Crips ain't nothing. They baby blood. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing. Crips and Bloods and suits. Now, I definitely if we can't get a candidate that really is for the people, I do lean towards the blue, the Democrats. But at the end of the day, I don't think that no one has our best interests at heart, and we need that person to emerge, that group or that person, and they're out there. They may be young, they may be just being born right now, but a true leader for the people, because right now we don't have a true leader for the people out there. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about the whole, and it's tiring. It's definitely tiring. It's fucking tiring. I see that, both sides have drawn the line in the sand. And I want to say this too, because I was some idiot. We got bots that come on here. People out there know that there are bots out here. So when you see bots in the comments saying that Behind Wick voted Republican, it's bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? They're bots. Wick don't know what he's talking about. Wick, you love Trump. You was at the rally. Whatever crap they come up with is bullshit. They're called bots. So, but right now, big guy, I think we're in a state of puppet masters trying to turn us against each other in this country, create a war, a civil war again. We had civil war before. That's the only thing that can tear this country down. Brother fighting brother, sister fighting sister. And I just think that right now we're on the verge of it because the leaders of the Crips and Bloods and Suits are feeding this propaganda to each base and turning us on each other while they're all sitting back. You know what I'm saying? Making money off all this, passing different statutes. Now, to answer your question about taking the statues and removing all this, this history. A lot of people think that the other side is doing it to so that we don't know our history, to try to wipe away our history. And they are. But this is a point that a lot of our people don't look at. They're also doing that so that they can wipe away their history and what they did to us. See, people don't think about it from that way. You want to suppress what wrongs I did to a person, and you're ashamed of it. And you don't want it to be. You don't want it to be out there and be taught and keep breeding
white guilt.
Correct. Correct. So they're doing it not only to, some are doing it just strictly to erase our history, but they're also doing it to erase their history also. Now, what's so messed up? What's whitewashing our part of it? What I said, I would say to the other side, if that's your stance, hey, we need to whitewash, the whole slave history because of blah 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 blah. Then we need to whitewash the white history also. If you're gonna take down our monuments, take down Robert E. Lee. Take down all these white slave owners that are in parks and that were absolutely. Now, if you were doing both, if you say, you know what, we're gonna do a clean slate in America. We're gonna take down all the slave, the oppressor, the slaves and the oppressors. We're gonna get rid of all of them. Now I make it listen to you a little bit. You understand what I'm saying? As long as I don't have to, if I can't go around and see my ancestors and what they went through, but I got to go around and see your ancestors put up on a pedestal. That's going to create a civil war.
Yeah.
Point blank period. Anybody knows that, and that's why I say the puppet masters are sitting back and you know, it's not one person. It's a party. It's a class of people. They're actually fooling their own people. They're feeding their people propaganda and playing on their emotions and stuff, making them think that they're being discriminated on in their own country. They're less than. Even though statistics show that black and brown people live below the poverty line, that we make 3 times less in money, 3 times less of the Fortune 500 jobs. We 1% of the Fortune 500 companies, CEOs and stuff, but they'll have their base believe that we're taking over America.
Yeah. I mean, looking at what you said, Wick, you made some good points, and one of the points I want to elaborate on is when you were talking about the right and the left to fight. You know, it reminds me, and I use this analogy all the time to break it down. You know how when you were watching the cartoons as a kid and you saw the big ball of fighting going on and you standing on the other side and they just wrap and pull you in there?
Correct.
That's what they're doing with the black folks. See,
Correct.
they over there fighting for their damn lives, and they keep on trying to drag us into this fight and say, "No, this is about you too.
Correct.
Come on in here."
Correct.
And a lot of folks are trying to steer clear of that. Then when you talked about the whole history stuff and the historical, monuments that they want to kind of take away, that leads me back to think of a guy named Newface. Okay, when you talk about just history and preserving culture and just knowing where you came from and what's going on.
Correct. What up, Newface?
Took it upon himself to document history in Atlanta and just hip-hop culture in general.
Correct.
So we will have that for future reference.
Correct.
We need those points of reference just to know where we came from.
Correct.
So with that being said, yeah, you might want to take it out of the state and the federal places, but that does not mean that we shouldn't hold ourselves accountable
Absolutely.
for documenting our own damn history.
Stuff. Absolutely. And that's what I was trying to say to you, behind that if we're gonna erase the entire slavery, civil rights, all that movement out of public, out of the public eye, then all of it has to go. You're not going to isolate the black experience and say that's the portion that needs to go. And that's what they're doing right now. No, we're not going to stand for that right now. You understand what I'm saying? If Martin Luther King needs to go, then I hate to say this, Abraham Lincoln needs to go.
See that?
You feel what I'm saying? And if we all have to walk down and we don't see none of it, and each side run to their corner and document their portion of how they felt history went, I'm all right with that. I'm okay with that. But I'm definitely not okay with going to Centennial Park and seeing a white slave on up there, but I can't see, you know what I'm saying?
Somebody with some whips on their back.
Absolutely.
From that slave owner.
Absolutely. Rosa Parks.
Exactly.
In the park also beside it. So either both gonna stay, if that's how y'all feel, or both got to go and we'll document our histories ourselves. We'll open up black museums and tell our story. You can open up your white ones over there and tell how it came out the eyes of you.
Exactly.
But in public, they all have to go or they all have to stay.
Exactly.
Period.
But then also, too, we got to document history, because if you don't know where you came from, you will fall victim to that same stuff again.
Absolutely.
And like I said, 100 years from now, it'll be kids coming up saying slavery was a thing that actually happened.
Correct.
After they done washed it out of the schools and washed it out of everything else. So, I mean, we got to let these folks know, because they will inch you right back into it.
Right.
If you don't watch out.
Correct.
Okay?
Well, they're not gonna, the thing, like I keep saying, behind, they're only trying to whitewash the atrocities that happened to us, that portion of slavery. They're not trying to whitewash slavery as a whole. They're only trying to whitewash our pain that came from it. That's what's fucked up. You understand what I'm saying? They're not trying to say, it's not the right and the left sitting at the table and say, you know what, for the benefit of the country, we're going to take that whole era, 100 years, and all of it has to go so that we can heal. Now, if y'all want to document that, like you said, the new faces
Yeah.
and the black people, y'all want to document and preserve y'all history, that's fine. We have no problem with it. White people, if y'all want to, preserve what your Robert E. Lee's and stuff, or and all your Lincolns and everybody else over there, that's no problem. But the public face, we're going to come out as one unit.
Yeah.
And this is the face we're going to put on for the world, publicly. And we're not going to glorify or demonize one side or the other. And that's what they're doing. They want to glorify their side. And then our side whitewash it away. It didn't. Yeah, that was slave.
But they were happy.
Yeah, but they were good. We took care of them.
Slavery.
No, we're not doing that.
We're not gonna do that.
No, we're not gonna do
that. Y'all hit the comments. Let us know how you feel. More content on the way. Beehive Radio shouted. Big Galaxy. We gone.